What's up, y'all? I'm Trevor Jackson, and you are watching We Sound Crazy.
I do wish that people had to go to the store to get your music.
Right.
I always say that stuff tastes better when you pay for it. People used to have to get in their car and drive to the store and wait in line and then grab it and then go home. And now you're really listening like...
Welcome to another week of We Sound Crazy, your official backstage pass to all things music and culture. What up? Music, TV, film executive, yours truly, Billionaire.
What's good is Claude Kelly, hit singer, songwriter, and one half of Louis York, this gentleman over here.
What's up? It's Chuck Harmony, songwriter and producer, and the other half of Louis York.
What up, y'all? It's Bacon for Making, music exec, and your true music aficionado.
Today's guest is the definition of multi-hyphenate.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You've seen him light up the television and film screens, right?
Yeah.
Where he's become a fan favorite. And you've heard him carve out his own lane in music with a sound that blends soul, R&B, and pure storytelling. But beyond the roles and the records, he's an artist who's been evolving in real time, pushing boundaries, taking risks, and staying true to his voice in an industry that's constantly shifting. He's hitting the road the end of this month for the Healing Out Loud tour in support of his project, I Love You. We're tapping in to the journey, the mindset, and the music today. Welcome to We Sound Crazy, Trevor Jackson.
Hey, album is called I Love You Goodbye, the greatest breakup album of all time.
The greatest
That's the name of the album. Just
breakup album of all time. Wait. So I gotta know why it's the greatest breakup album of all time.
I don't think, from a male's perspective, you know, there's been songs, breakup songs, but I think each song kind of gives a different space of the breakup. You know what I mean? And for me, it's the greatest breakup album of all time because it's about my breakup. So, yeah, it's just the most honest I've been and most real I've been. And I think it goes through all the phases, you know? One moment you're mad at the person, then you're like, did I mess up? Or maybe it was them. I hate them. I love them. Now I'm sad. Now I'm angry. Now I want to go party.
It's always them, Trevor. It's always them.
It's never us.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so... I feel like I was able to create a space that a lot of men, like after hearing it, would come up to me and be like, yo, I didn't know how I felt until I heard the song. And it was like, that's how I was feeling about it. I was like, oh, that's my only goal whenever I make anything, you know?
Yeah. How long did it take to make this project?
2.5 weeks. It's the quickest album I've ever made in my entire life.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's the quickest album I've ever made in my entire life because we broke up. And then 2 weeks after that, I tore my Achilles. So I had to fly I was in Indiana when it happened. I only see my family like once a year, so I was there for like holiday time. I was there for one day. The next day, tore my Achilles, had to fly back to LA, had a cast on, had to set up a thing with a surgeon. And the first week before the surgery, worked on the album. Then the week I got out.
So what can the people expect sonically from this record?
I mean, I don't like to compare too much, but I'm inspired by everyone. But this is in my Ed Sheeran bag a bit in terms of writing. Like, I think this is some of the best writing I've done. Often when I create things, I never go into it trying to create a sound. I kind of just vomit the emotion and whatever I'm feeling in that moment. And I feel like that's how I got the realest thing. But I'm always like that in studios. I never try to mathematician the situation, you know, like we got to have this type of bridge and then come to this type of words and it should feel like this. But then I'm just like, yo, what is my heart saying right now? It's like, oh, she abandoned ship. All right, that's the name of the song. She abandoned ship. She said she would never leave, but she did it. Okay, that's the next line. You know what I'm saying? Like just kind of going like that.
Being true to the emotion.
Yeah, and that's kind of just how it came. And yeah, dude, I remember I was playing it for my dad and he was like bawling and he was like, yo, I'm like sorry that you went through this pain, but this is your opus. Like, this is the best stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, when you hear it from like your dad or even my brother mixed the entire record, executive produced it, and you know, he's my right-hand man on everything I do. And I remember he came home one day and, you know, had tears in his eyes and he's like, yo, I was just listening back and he was like, you made something beautiful, bro. He was like, you were in a lot of pain. And he's like, maybe I didn't even recognize how deep the pain was until I'm mixing the record and hearing it. You know what I mean? He's in there hearing the takes from I'm crying. I got to stop it. And, you know what I mean? Like, so it was really dope to have that support and people that know you know how far you went inside to create it.
Have you seen your ex since the album released?
Since the album released, no.
He's like, I'm good with that.
Yeah, no, I have not. No, before it was released, I saw her. After we broke up, but I had seen her out somewhere. That shit was crazy.
I guess as an artist, right? Like the breakups suck, but they lead to the best damn songs.
Sucks because then you're like, do I need to like mess up every relationship on this? Not good.
So let me ask you this question. Outside of your album, right?
Yeah.
This is just a music question, fan question. What's the best heartbreak song according to Trevor Jackson?
That's a great question, and that's hard. I mean, my mind went two places, okay? It went Michael Bolton, How Am I Supposed to Live Without You?
Wow.
And then it went Say Goodbye, Chris Brown. Those are like two way. I went boom. Those are my first two. That's just me thinking quick. Hold on, let me just.
The Michael Bolton, Chris Brown tour.
Merging worlds.
It doesn't work? Okay,
I'm a world merger, okay? I like to merge the worlds. Those are the soft topics.
Yeah, I was curious to know what will come to mind first.
Yeah, those are the first two.
But what about y'all? What's the first heartbreak?
Yeah.
But what's the greatest heartbreak song according to y'all?
Greatest heartbreak song.
Yeah.
Man, one of my favorites. I listened to this the other day. I was in New York, and I don't know why. I always put the aux cord on into my phone and shit.
Yeah.
And so I felt like hearing Bobby Womack. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. Yeah,
Damn, that's a heartbreak song.
yeah, that was mine.
Okay.
What you got, Chuck?
I'm gonna do two. I got Aaron Hall, I Miss You.
Ooh. Song and video,
Yeah.
by the way.
Video.
Yeah.
And I also got, it's kind of weird, but Drew Hill, Sleeping in My Bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When and I'm thinking video, when you're thinking heartbreak.
Nah, but
when
I
you
mean-
walk in and see his girl.
That's heartbreaking to realize someone's sleeping
Yeah,
in your
man.
bed.
I got one more after this. After you guys.
Okay. What you got, Timon?
I don't know if it's the greatest, but it's one of my favorites. It's a Charlie Wilson song, but it's a song that not a lot of people go to when they think of Charlie Wilson. It's called Without You.
Okay.
And it's just, it's literally like he's crying on the song.
Uncle Charlie.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite heartbreak songs. I don't know if it's one of the greatest though. But
What you got, Claude?
I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt.
Oh, that's a great one.
wow.
Tank did a great job on that.
Yes, he
Went
did.
crazy. Tank went
I don't like that
Yeah.
version.
I was just having that conversation with Jessie J in London. She was like, one of my favorite versions of I Can't Make You Love Me is Tank. And I was
Yeah.
like,
I
don't know
thought he
about
did a good
favorite.
job.
No. And it's not because there's actually no shade to Tank specifically. People tend to oversing that song.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a song that's best in its simplicity.
Huh.
And so it doesn't need all the runs and stuff. So it's not that he's singing it poorly because he's not.
No, he
sing.
can sing his ass off.
It's just that I don't like that interpretation of that song.
Okay.
But I do love that song. And the second one probably be Unbreak My Heart
Yeah.
Mhm.
by the Tony Braxton.
What was the other one?
I have two more I'm adding. It's To Make Her Love Me, Rascal Flatts, and it's Easy, Rascal Flatts, and Natasha Bedingfield. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm done now.
I love the Rascal Flatts because
yeah.
Oh, man.
Gary, the lead singer, can sing.
So you know
Gary
some
LeVeaux.
music.
Yeah.
Gary LeVeau's nuts.
Yeah,
What?
he's crazy.
Love that guy. He's
Yeah,
always,
man.
anybody asks my favorite singers, he's always in my top 5. For sure.
Fire.
Because he does it easy too, straight face, just like, you know what I mean?
You know, and just chill about it.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Well, here's hoping that some of the songs or the whole album of yours ends up in this conversation of greatest
For
heartbreak
sure.
songs of all time.
Absolutely.
So you about to tour.
About to tour, man. It'll be fun. So I'm curious because this is the first like breakup album I've made. And it's different from a lot of the music I've made before.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing how the fans react. You know, are we going to be crying together? Are we be turning up? I don't know.
A little bit of both.
That's what I was wondering, like, with you touring this record, and it's such a personal record, will it open up the wounds when you sing it, or will it heal
I think
you?
in a good way, though, you know, even like and this is why music is such a part of my existence, because nothing bad stays bad. I've made music in the worst parts of my life, and it has made me smile every moment after that, you know?
Wow.
So it's like I can hear something, whether it's a harmony or a run or just the song, and I'm like, this shit is hard. But I'm like, it came out of like and I'm like, that's life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
we go
yeah.
through something, and then 20 years later, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that thing that I wish didn't happen to me happened to me, because
yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
it makes sense. And so life and music has always been a proof of that pattern in life. So I lean on it super heavily, and performing it, I think just like you said, will heal it even more in a sense of like, wow, look at all of these people that are affected by maybe something that wasn't great that happened to me, but now they're feeling better about it. And we're here together, and you know, the honesty, the release.
Mhm.
It's good. For a lot of men too, I feel like need to see that.
We sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does Trevor Jackson have to have when he goes on the road? Like, what are some of the requirements?
Gotta have my family. So that's my brother over there. INJ's gotta be on tour. I gotta have my sleep time gummies.
Got sleep time gummies.
Got my sleep time gummies.
We got some in the back. If you need it.
Gotta have my sleep time. Gotta have tea. You know, I'll probably have some throat coat tea and
What's in the tea?
just throat coat. Throat coat, some honey, a little bit of lemon. Not too much lemon. But yeah, I'm kind of like I'm minimal.
Easy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not really too much. I don't really need too much. I just
No bowl of blue M&Ms?
Nah,
Right,
only the
right.
green one. Nah, that ain't me. I be chilling.
Okay, so let's put a little take you down memory lane.
What
situation.
y'all about to do?
Take you a little down memory lane.
We look crazy.
It's called We Look Crazy.
All right. Is this the fist move where I went bing, bing, boom, 1, 2, cross, slide walk? I know what you're about to play. Hey.
This first one
1,
is,
2.
of course, the Drop It remix featuring B.O.B.
Ooh.
Yeah, bing, bing. There's a little move here.
You know what I'm saying? Music video vibes, getting it in.
What do you remember about the shoot?
I remember I did a backflip off the wall and I was mad because it was too dark and no one could see that it was me running up the wall and doing a backflip. And I feel like I should have got way more play for this video.
Way more cred for the...
Way more cred for the run. What other artist is running up the wall and doing a backflip? Never seen it done.
Right.
Anyways, also, all due respect to this woman, we were a little uncomfortable together. Not like no one was rude or mean to her, but it just didn't feel, you know what I mean?
Chemistry was
Chemistry was weird. A funny thing about this record in general, and this is one of those moments, you know, which I love B.O.B., by the way. No disrespect to B.O.B. Absolutely love B.O.B. But at the time, I was with Atlantic and they brought up B.O.B. or Ty Dolla $ign. And Ty Dolla $ign hadn't dropped, done nothing yet.
So you took B.O.B. and now you're like, damn.
He literally dropped Paranoid like right after this came out. Hey, cold though, cold. Would have been dope.
It's not too late.
Not too late.
I've been trying to get Ty on. I'm trying to get him on his next album. Yo, if y'all know him, hit him up. Just be like Trevor Jackson. Come on, man. Let him know.
Trevor's looking for you.
Trevor's trying to get you on the album.
This next one is featuring
Zendaya?
Zendaya. Like We Grown.
Classic. That's the first. This is the first music video I've ever shot professionally. First record with Atlantic Records. Mike J wrote this song. Eric Hudson produced this record.
Shout out Eric Hudson.
Yeah. And yeah, we shot this like somewhere. I think this was at Mike Ho's apartment downtown. He literally lived in that building. We shot outside and we did a little alleyway scene.
How was the chemistry with Zendaya?
It was good, man. Felt good, looked good.
He said it felt good, looked good. Sounds good.
You know what I mean? It turned out cool. And it's always funny when I watch this. I'm like, dude, what was your hair doing? Also, what is the sweater that you got on? It's half purple, half gray with the sleeves. And also, I had a scarf thing. A lot of my friends made fun of me. A lot of people that
Definitely
knew
had
me,
a scarf right there.
they were like, dude, you always wear a scarf in summertime. I'm like, guys, the vocals. I have to protect the vocals. You don't understand. You don't have the vocals. Well, I have to protect mine.
The scarf made the video.
Right. But that's something that everybody would argue with me on. They're like, do we need a scarf? I'm like, yes.
Yes.
I'm taking this seriously, man.
At all times.
I haven't worn a scarf in years.
All right, this next video is probably one of my favorites that you've done. Dumb with Kelly Rowland.
His favorite one is the one that I don't sing in. Love it. Love it.
No, but
I'm just joking.
the choreography is
I'm just
top
kidding.
tier.
I'm just kidding.
Just what do you remember about working with her?
She's awesome. She's amazing. And she's a beast. Frank Gatson, who I love, he was kind of the one that reached out for me to me for this. And yeah, the process was really, really cool. I mean, I grew up tap dancing since I was 3 years old. So Fred Astaire is somebody I knew really well. And this was kind of based off some performances he had. Yeah. And yeah, I miss this type of stuff. I think people put a lot more effort into performing back in the day than they do now. And so, yeah, I love this. It was a long day.
What was it like working with Kelly? Because
she's stunning. I mean, just imagine. You get to just hang out and dance and talk. And
this would have been a lot of rehearsal, I imagine. So you spent a lot of time spent together.
Yeah. And then she was on Grown-ish too, which is really cool. She played my love interest on Grown-ish. And that's something why I love her so much is anybody who, because I'm a fan first, right? I know like I've done a lot of stuff, but I'm a fan and I don't do the whole like nose up and I'm going to go up and like, I've watched you 4,000 times in this. I really appreciate your work in this. I'm a huge fan. Thank you. You don't know what you've done, but you've had a huge impact on, I don't care who it is. I'm saying that, right? And they're always like, this guy just, I'm like, I don't care who I'm in the room with. I will say it. So she's another one who I had said it and she just always was down to earth and kind and cool. And that's all I respect out of people. Like, I'm just really appreciative of people who value other humans.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people in those spaces, though, you know, I'm sure you guys know.
Can be a little funny style.
Yeah.
So our next clip is Let It Shine.
Oh man.
Oh, wow.
Look at this guy. Not an ounce of facial hair.
Not even a little bit.
That's my boy. Okay. Me and that guy became so close on this set.
From the set?
Yeah, it became my bro for life. You know, me and Coco still fam. Algie's in this film. Algie Smith, Chloe and Halle are in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in this, dude. It's crazy.
What's a funny memory? What do you remember? Like, what a funny memory?
I can't say it on camera, but very funny. You could. No, very funny memory. I became a man, you know, when I went and shot this film. It was dope.
Oh,
yeah. I had a good time.
Okay.
I had a great time. And
all right.
On the
also,
Disney set.
yes, we're just going to stop this. What is this shirt I have over the flannel? Please go back. Let's just stop
right there. Right there.
I want to know.
That's the shirt that I was talking about.
I want to know what was going on.
That was a deliberate styling choice.
Are there rocks over an image underneath the thing? It looks like there's like a drawing. I don't even remember this.
With a plaid shirt underneath it with a collar.
You know what I can say? A nice memory about this? Me and the director did not get along. And it was the first time in my life as an actor that I had ever had that issue at such a young age. And I didn't know. When you get older, you realize, oh, you can say no or like have like a little bit of like, but when you're first getting in, you're like, whatever anyone tells me I have to do because I'm on a Disney movie and this is the biggest thing I ever happened in my life. I just got to say yes. And right. But me and him had such different views of, cause I'm like, even though it's Disney, like I try to come from a real place. And he wanted me to like read the line in a certain way. And he wanted me to go, say no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. And I was like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I don't really want to do it. He's like, why can't you just do it the way I'm telling you? I was like, well, because that doesn't feel real, right? And then even this lady who's a legend right here, she came over to me. She was like, that's how you're supposed to be. You stick up for yourself. You defend yourself and you defend your art. This is you. This is going to be on camera forever. If you don't feel like doing it like that, don't do it like that.
Wow.
And from that day, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Let's go to one more.
Let's do it.
This is Jacob Lattimore featuring you on True Shit.
I directed this music video.
Did you?
Yes. This was one of the
pop up right.
This is the first video I've directed that wasn't myself, right? Because a lot of my own stuff I directed, but I hit him up. I was like, dude. So the full story is I had recorded this record before, and I was going to put it out, and then I was like, oh, I don't know if it's going to make the thing. Then Jacob ends up cutting it, and he's like, yo, but I know that you had already cut it. You want to just feature on it? I was like, F yeah. Do you mind if I direct the video?
That's cool.
And he was like, yeah, dude. So I ended up directing. I was actually shooting a short film, and the lady who directed it, this was her crib. So I was like, hey, I'm working on this music video. Do you mind if I use your place? Yeah, and we shot this thing. Shout out to Zeb York, who helped me bring this vision to life. And I basically wanted to show... I wanted to show sometimes men can get pushed to a point, right? I feel like sometimes if there's enough accusations and there's enough like you just poking the bear's gonna come out.
Yeah.
And that's what this video is. It's like, yo, you keep, this is the position you put me in. Like I'm sitting here trying to do the right thing day in, day out. If I'm getting no recognition for that, if I'm getting no, understanding, then, maybe it's on you. Maybe you shot yourself in the foot.
It's really well done.
It is.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well done.
It's a cool little story.
So you doing it all. You singing, you directing, you acting, you everything.
Got to, man.
Was that the plan in the beginning?
No, sir. No, sir. I was going to be a tap dancer, the most famous tap dancer in the world. I wanted to be like Gregory Hines. But because I love Gregory Hines, I was like, oh, he's an actor and he's singing and stuff. So I want to be, he's just cool. Everything I saw him in, the swag, the grace, he just was next level, right? That was kind of the guy. And then as I started doing stuff and getting disappointed in people's performance in terms of directing or in terms of editing, I'm like, I don't like the way you're doing that. Why'd you do it that way? Me and my brother were like, dude, we might just have to just cut out the middleman, bro. We just got to start doing it. We can edit. We can learn the shit. We're smart. We can do it, And that's kind of how it came to be. I remember the first time we made a record, we were at Atlantic Records and I was maybe 15. Yeah, it was 15, 16. And we both looked at each other when we finished. We were like, we just made a song. I was like, that's how it happens? We can just do this all the time? Like, we don't have to wait for a writer and producer to be like, here's the smashes, record these. We can make the smashes and record them? Oh, wow. And from that day on, that's why a lot of my projects, man, I'm writing heavily on them. I'm executive producing them. And I always say, watch everything, listen to everything to learn what you don't like. You don't even have to know what you like yet, but know what I don't want to sound like that.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm cool to sound like this, and then you find your way, right? For a long time, I sounded like Chris. That was everybody's issue. It was like, sounds like Chris Brown. We don't know who he is. He sounds like Chris Brown. And granted, that's all I was listening to. That was, That was who I looked up to. And I had to find my way. You know, I found that, and then I'm like, oh, let me add some Brian, let me add some Donnie, let me add some Boom. You know what I mean? And get my own voice. And I feel like I found that. And but that comes with, you know, like you were talking about Michael. You got to take a little bit, take a little bit, take a little bit, take a little bit. Make your own.
Make it your own. Yep. Yep.
Outside of Gregory Hines, I'm interested in knowing who was the first artist, like singing artist or recording artist that made you say, okay, I want to sing.
Michael Jackson.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. So I don't know if this was like a disability or something that I had going on, but I actually thought I was Michael Jackson when I was young, like to a clinical, okay? It was like a problem, all right? I didn't go to the hospital or anything, but my brother used to tease me, and he knew that would make me cry if he said I wasn't Michael Jackson. And I would just start crying, dude. I don't know what the issue was. I'd watch TV, and if I saw him, like, there's me, and I feel like my whole family was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Don't make him mad. You know how he gets when you say. So that was me for a long time.
That's great.
But no, I was obsessed with Michael, dude, and mainly because of the care. And I think that's what this world is missing in general. Like people that are at the forefront aren't spreading that. You know what I mean? The most famous people in the world aren't spreading love. They aren't spreading care. They aren't spreading unity. And so I fell in love with that. When I saw Michael Jackson, like he's always talking about helping the world. He's always talking about helping people, and he's cold. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like now a lot of kids, they feel like the only way to be cold is I got to be a little bit of a dick, or I got to kind of not care and like kind of show that I don't give a fuck about life. But it's like that's not truth. You know, to actually care about something, you have to give it your all.
Yeah.
And so that's why I loved Michael. I saw his veins in his face when he was singing. I saw him hitting every move 40 times in the mirror before he went on stage. Like those types of things yelled out at me. I was like, oh, this is what it takes.
So Trevor, when you think about Michael Jackson, if someone on this earth doesn't know Mike, right? Yeah. Doesn't know his music.
And there are some people, which is sad. It's starting to kill me now.
If you had to build a playlist of 5 songs of Michael Jackson for someone who doesn't know MJ, what would those 5 songs be?
Human Nature. This is going to be so freaking hard, dude.
Starting off good.
I'm going to go with Human Nature. Then I'm going to go PYT. Then I'm going to go, this is just because this is one of my favorites. It's called Just a Little Bit of You. It's one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs, okay? Then we're going to go, I'm at 3, and I only get 2 more?
Yep.
I'm going to go Dirty Diana. Billie Jean to finish it off. Gosh, I'm going to regret that. But that's where I'm going. That's just like my first 5 off top.
Yeah. It's not a bad list.
That's my first 5 off top.
I can't wait to see the movie.
Cannot wait.
Me too. I'm excited to see the movie, man. I'm excited to see the movie. Anton Fuqua is an absolute monster. You know what I mean? So
the casting is, when I saw Coleman Domingo transform into Joe Jackson, I knew I was ready. And Nia Long as Catherine Jackson. It's just all really well done.
And I think she's going to get some real playtime, to be able to dive into her like performance. Because, I feel like Nia Long is cold, and I think she has so much range.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to really be able to showcase it in this for sure.
I would love, I don't go to the movie theater as much as I should, but certain things demand you go to the movie theater for. And I feel like the Michael movie demands that you go see it in the theater.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the reaction will be in the room with other people. Is going to be a party there? Are we singing along?
Right.
If you had to play someone in the movie, a music person, famous music person, who would you play?
I would play Marvin Gaye. I think that'd be easiest in terms of like my look, and then I could figure his voice out and stuff. But I think like just how I look in my build, you know what I'm saying? Probably Marvin Gaye.
I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, and he had his ups and his downs, and I think I could tap in for sure.
He had a very interesting life.
You know what I mean?
And an unfortunate ending. Like the whole thing is just legendary. I'm shocked that there has not been a proper Marvin Gaye movie made yet, because he's always been beloved.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes with Black musicians of his level, you're trying to get the funding or the permission to do it. But Marvin Gaye is one of the people that everyone universally
loves.
So I feel like the story.
Isn't that what happened though? There was a move toward a Marvin Gaye biopic, and
there was a move toward it.
I remember seeing like a video on YouTube. Yeah.
I read the script. It's really
Was it good?
It's really good. I can't share it. But it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Sick.
Outside of your playing Marvin Gaye, is there a role that you haven't tapped into yet that you want to play?
I want to play a superhero. I've wanted to do that since I was 0, and I'm the biggest.
That was 0.
Since I was 0, I've wanted to play a superhero. I remember remember you Michael Jackson talk. I have a God about superheroes. I said, God, I either want to be Spider-Man or do movies and music. You pick one. I was like 9 years old. I remember it. I was in the shower. I was like, I want to be Spider-Man. But no, any superhero, not any. I want to play an amazing superhero, but I've been in every DC movie. I've been in every Marvel movie. I'm on the Instagrams. I'm obsessed. And also I pull from, superheroes a lot when life gets tough. I think that's why people love them, But yeah, I remember my grandfather had passed away and Superman had come out like the same week. And I went to go see it and I was just like, God was doing that. Just the timing of it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, you feel me? So what were we talking about?
You said you want to play a superhero.
Other roles. I want to play.
Yeah,
okay, superhero, any movie with Denzel Washington. I'll play a tree. I'll play anything with Denzel. And I want to work with Ryan Coogler very, very badly. I think Ryan Coogler is one of the few people who have portrayed Black people with no flaws.
Yeah.
Every time I see Black people in projects, there's a flaw in it. Whether it's the lighting, whether it's the actor, whether it's the way they look. You know what I'm saying? Whether something is off, right? Yeah. And every time Ryan Coogler does something, everybody looks good, everybody's on point, and that's what I'm after.
That's so accurate.
And when he makes things, it's not Black things, it's excellent things with Black people in it.
Wow.
That's right.
And he's him. I'm gonna shout out Michael B too, because I know he's has a lot to do with it as well. But I just really, really appreciate him putting all of the effort into that, because I, as an actor and living in this world, in this industry for so long, I see that. And it's not by accident that Black people are seen that way in most projects.
Yeah.
It's very intentional, and it's to do this. You know what I'm saying? They're always just a little, you know what I'm saying? If he's gonna be in this, he's gonna be, And I just think in his projects, everybody's A1.
I agree. I agree.
A show that I really love, Grown-ish. Man, watching you and Yara on camera just really grow up together. I mean, incredible, well done. But I want to focus on Chloe and Haley.
Yeah.
People know them as musicians, right? But they really did great on the show as actresses.
They did great.
What would you say to those people who may not have been who know them from music, who kind of say, you know what? Oh, wow, I didn't even know they act. Like, what would you say your experience was with Chloe and Haley?
It was amazing. Here's the thing with anybody who's creative and talented, they're going to attack anything with that same love and that same fire. So it's going to be good because they don't want it to not be good. I remember I was working with Shia LaBeouf on something, and he's like, dude, people think I'm really good. I'm really just afraid of being bad. You know?
I'm really
and I
just
was
afraid
like,
of being bad.
I said, whoa, that was deep right there.
Yeah.
But with Chloe and Halle, I think too, something they carry that's useful is openness. And when you're open and not too, have the blinders on, you're able to take information. So they were able to bounce off me, bounce off Yara. They had questions and they weren't too prideful to, hey, what is about this? You know what I mean? And I think that really creates an environment where actors can be free, really engage in the space. But if you don't feel like you can talk to your co-star or feel like you're too good to, you're not connecting. You're not connecting with your actors and you're not connecting with the camera, nothing, So
I want to go back a little bit to superheroes for a second because
do it.
I wanted to get a little more specific. Like
Blade, also, sorry.
I was going to ask you which superhero and you just answered it for me.
So my favorite superhero is Silver Surfer. I'd like to play Silver Surfer. I already have like an idea. I'm working on like how I'd want it to be. But Silver Surfer is tattooed right here.
Okay.
The reason I love Silver Surfer, it's almost the story of Jesus, honestly. Jesus wanted to save humanity, but this guy wanted to save his world and the woman that he loved. And the only way to do it was to sacrifice himself and go work for somebody that he doesn't necessarily like so that his planet and people are saved. And I left home when I was very young. I left home when I was 8 years old. Everybody that I loved, my cousins, my family, my dad, to go do what I thought I had to do so that I could bring them out of that space or protect them or some, whatever I had in my head at that age. But so I really connected with him on that. But Blade, I love, and Blade needs to get credit. Blade is the reason why Marvel movies are.
It sure is.
Let's give it up. Up for Blade. But yeah, man, huge fan of martial arts. That's why even when I did Superfly, I had such a good time because I spent my entire childhood watching Blade, my entire childhood watching The Matrix. I was like, man, my dream is to wear a long leather trench coat and whoop ass. I got to do it. I got to do it.
At this point in your life, is it still music first for you, or is it kind of like all spread out?
Music, like I said, it's like a vomit. It's like a thing that is like a survival, like a breathing or blinking. I think I put more thought into acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm doing acting, it gets a little more mathematician I was talking about, like more logical. I'm like, okay, boom, I need to tack this. But then there's other times where it's not that. But if your question is, what do I love more? I would say music just because it's the most personal. It's the most personal. When you're acting in someone else's project, someone else's vision, someone else's script, someone else's character. There's still parts of you that can come out that are real, but all of me musically, from the pictures to the production to the backgrounds to the timing, it's all me. You know, I record myself. It's just very much, this is how I see it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how it is.
You spent a lot of years playing in these coming of age roles. Was there ever a point in your career where you said, you know what, I need to transition from the high school, the college characters and really embody some older characters?
Well, it's funny because I always played older. So like when I was 18 or 17, I was doing Burning Sands, playing a little older. And then Superfly, I played 28.
Yeah.
And I was 20. I had just turned 20. So it's like I was super young, you know, leading a movie. And so in my head, I was always kind of doing both. But I think naturally, I kind of just started getting roles that I look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I shaved this, I could play late high school, early college if I, you know. And that's also what I love about acting. I feel like all this whole idea of the person has to be the person that we're casting takes away the actor's job.
Yeah.
And I cannot stand that. I see so many people just, you know, mad on Twitter or Instagram. Well, that person's not really this. It's like, well, what the freak's the point then? Honestly, what's the point of being an actor? It's to be who you aren't, to be something else, to transition. That's why the greatest actors, Daniel Day-Lewis or Joaquin Phoenix, or, you know, these people can become unrecognizable, and that's the talent. Yeah. You know?
I wanted to ask, there's one thing to step into a new role or a new situation, but I just want to talk about Grey's Anatomy for a second.
Guys, one of the best jobs I've had.
Dr. West.
That's what I'm saying, because Grey's Anatomy is a television institution.
Yeah.
It's been on for a long time, and the bar has never lowered. Lots of legends have come through there. Yeah. So you're walking into something that's already well established, where, you know, you kind of have to just catch up.
Absolutely.
Level up.
Yeah.
What was the pressure like for that?
It was a lot. So check it. I had just gotten off tour, I think we had just gotten off tour. I was like, okay, we're going to start doing some auditions. I had like 2 auditions that week, and Grey's kind of came like last minute. I was like, okay, bet. And, you know, I try not to put too much pressure on things. I'm like, yo, just read it. Just go in, do the audition. We put it on tape, and I didn't think anything of it, right? And I was like, I'm probably not going to get it. They might go somebody else, whatever. Like 2 weeks go by, they called and they're like, hey, they're waiting for Grey's Anatomy. And I was like, what? And the biggest thing about it was, or the biggest impact I've had working there is the people. And I'm like, that's probably why it's lasted so long. Everybody cares about everybody. Everybody loves everybody. Everybody's trying to help. There's no egos on set. And I've been on so many sets, right? And it's like, all in all, to me, throughout, it's the best set I've been on. Really, in terms of people, everyone. You know, you'll have amazing people on the set and then some people, but just overall.
That's good.
Yeah. It's really, really an amazing place to work, and everybody does nothing but encourage. And like I said, as an actor, you want that. You want to feel safe. You don't want to feel like this other actor is trying to jeopardize your performance. So he's like, you know, maybe messing with you or something. There's people like that. There's people like that will ruin your scene just so that your take is messed up, you know, and it just doesn't feel that way. We're really able to help each other and make each other grow and take risks. And it's really, really, really dope. And I like that I'm on TV, a black man playing a doctor. I had been very specific after I had done Superfly and, you know, even other projects. I did American Crime. I was like, okay, I don't know if I necessarily, depending on the script, want to play those types of characters or play a basketball player or play a football player. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I like young black men seeing other possibilities.
Yeah.
and I'm sure you guys know, being in music, there's like this butterfly effect of, hey, if the most famous person in the world that's black is a guy who's talking about strippers and drugs and all these things, then maybe that's my avenue.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my way to do it.
That's true.
You know, and you just start creating that, and then it just does this, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to kind of, you know, stick out of that in a way of what the media, you know, the controllers of media like to present us as.
He's like, I said that.
Oh. It's a real conversation.
That is
a real conversation.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's to keep people. So my favorite, one of my favorite moments was from Instagram. It was this scientist back in like the 1920s, and he had these gnats in a jar, and he said, you keep the jar and the lid over the gnats for 3 months, and you take the lid off, and the gnats never leave the jar. And I'm like, that's Earth, one, and then take that even deeper. That's what they try to do to black people. This is as far as you guys are allowed to go.
Feeling.
And if you start feeling that way, you won't ever try to break that. So I think that's why. And I think it's also division. I think the fewer roles makes, you know, people hungry for those. And then if those roles are aggressive roles, you know what I mean? It's like, that's all that you are. So that's my belief, you know, but it seems to be panning out that way, just in the way the world's going.
So you're saying no deliberately to roles that you feel pigeonhole black men.
Yeah, pigeonhole black men, and just we've seen it already. And I wonder why, when it is that way, whenever I see most times I see a movie with a black person or a show with a black person, it's all about that person and their struggle being black.
Yeah.
Instead of it being their struggle as a human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not saying, I get it, like, if you're telling the truth, a black person does have a deeper struggle, but that doesn't need to be the focus. You know what I mean? And I think in order for us to, I don't know. I'm also thinking while I'm talking, but.
No, you're not wrong.
You know what I mean?
No,
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. It takes effort to break the stereotypes.
Yeah.
And to push past what people outside see about what black people should be.
Yeah. 100%.
Which is why what you said about Ryan Coogler was so profound, because you said that
Oh, man.
he gets everything right about
You know what I'm saying?
black. That's so accurate.
It feels good. I'm telling you, because I'm a nitpicker. Just like, I'm sure anybody in the NBA watching a basketball game, you're like, oh, that dude should have went left. Oh, should have went right.
Yeah.
Why would you do that, man? That's me when I'm watching movies. So
Okay.
most people hate watching movies with me because I'm studying.
Yeah.
And I tried to find stuff with his work. I'm like, there's got to be something. And I'm like, I ain't got nothing. I can't find it.
And it keeps getting better.
It keeps getting better.
Because Sinners blew my mind. I mean, Black Panther and all that stuff was already okay.
From Fruitvale to like that.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
And nobody talks about his music in his movie.
Yes.
Oh my God.
The scoring in his movie,
perfect.
A1.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Speaking of music, you've gone viral quite a bit with the covers.
Yeah.
I personally love it because I can, even meeting you today, I can tell you love music and you love singing. And I just love, and when you can actually do it for real. Thank you, man. Like I love seeing people just kind of step into who they are as an artist. What prompted the viral clips, and you just
That'd be my brother over there, Ian Jackson. He's like, bro, you're doing it better than everyone of these dudes I watch.
Yeah.
Well, right? And I was like, but dude, I'm not about to sit up here. And because like you just said, I love this stuff and I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. When I make those T mixes, you know, I'm trying to make the best verse ever. I'm trying to sing the best notes ever. And I'm like, I'm giving this for free. You know what I'm saying? These are, to me, album quality verses and songs, whatever. And I'm like, I'm just giving away my, he's like, dude, do you ever think you'll not be able to make a song? I was like, no. All mad, you know what I mean? Like, no, I can make some. He's like, all right then. He's like, you're an unlimited creature, bro. You're gonna be able to create billions of songs, a million more songs. He's like, but people need to understand that their favorite artist, you're killing them on their own song. Or their favorite artist, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, bet. And that's kind of when we started. And we had no idea, by the way. No idea that it was gonna blow up like that. We're like, we're just gonna post some covers.
I see what happened.
That shit went crazy, right? And I was like, oh. And so then we started doing it more. And now I've kind of pumped the brakes on that because I want people to hear the original music and I don't want to be the cover guy. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. I know Whitney's biggest song was a cover, but, you know, it's a different time. We live in a different time.
Definitely live in a different time. There's so much there's so much to your career. You work with so many people. You've been on so many shows. We want to play. I call this a game. It's called Best in Show.
Okay.
Right. You've had some iconic roles on lots of different things. So think about those roles.
Okay.
And give us the first answer that comes to mind when we throw these questions at you.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
You want to start, Phil?
I'll kick it off. I'm curious to know, which one do fans bring up to you the most in real life when you meet them?
Oh man. You know what? I'll say Let It Shine. Probably. Yeah. It's probably Let It Shine. Because, a lot of people, you grow up with somebody when you watch them on Disney all the time. So it's like, yo, man, Let It Shine's the first thing I say. They're like, no, but the new stuff is fire too. But, I think that really impacted a lot of people at that time. Because on Disney Channel, there wasn't an all-black cast and they weren't doing music and they weren't fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to have that, I'm sure, I didn't get that when the closest thing I had to that was Up, Up, and Away. Does anybody remember that? Up, Up, and Away? About two of y'all. Okay, cool. But it was a Disney Channel movie that was, all black superhero family. And that was super impactful for me. So I can imagine people being young seeing that,
Which role taught you the most about Hollywood?
About Hollywood? About Hollywood. That's a good question. I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess American Crime, but that didn't feel like a Hollywood set. But it was just like I worked with a lot of big time actors that all had different processes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it was something that I felt like I was really analyzing everybody, and I learned a lot about people's choices. Regina King, shout out Regina King, love her. But I would watch the way she'd work, and I'm like, okay, interesting. Then I'm watching Tim Hutton. I'm like, I don't know if I would have done like, but then I watch the show back. I'm like, oh, that's why everybody's looking past what they can see right now, right?
Yeah.
They're seeing how it's coming across the show, at what page it's coming in the script, you know what I mean? It was just very precise. It was surgical. And that's why I started acting again. I was gonna quit acting before I did American Crime. And then working on that set, working with John Ridley, Andre 3000 was my dad, Regina King, my mom. It was like, yeah, I'm back in.
Yeah. Which one deserved way more love than it got?
Burning Sands. I think I should have definitely gotten a little more on that. Just because that movie in general, I think, had so much heart and was well made. Shout out to Gerard. I think Burning Sands. I think Superfly too. Superfly came out when Black Panther came out though, so it was like, you know what I mean? It was like, I think it's doing backflips off the damn mountain. I can't do that. I ain't got that in my bag, It's just, street there, But it was at that time, and a lot of people were like, oh, it's a black movie, and what ticked me off about a lot of people's opinion about Superfly is all of their favorite movies are Goodfellas and Casino. Yeah. The white people doing the same thing we were doing, but because we're black, oh, you're just doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was kind of like the give and take on the media side of it. But all in all, dude, I'm super grateful for everything I've done. I honestly don't wish for anything differently because I love who I am right now. And
it all led to something.
Yeah, man.
Which one taught you the most about yourself off camera?
Burning Sands. I think that was the first time I experienced leadership in a way that maybe I wasn't ready for, and not ready for the leadership, but I wasn't ready for people to not want me to be the leader, if that makes sense. I feel like, everybody's like, hey, I want to be a leader, but you don't realize sometimes when people that hate that's your position and they want your position.
Real talk.
And so I had to kind of and I'm Mr. Jolly, right? Everybody gets a hug. Come here, man. What's your life? I love everybody. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
And so it's hard when you give and when you love like that and to not get it back or feel like, damn, this person, whoa,
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a lot. And so I learned the most about myself and knowing just how to treat people, different people, and to not give so much, to maybe people that don't deserve it.
Gotta limit that giving. Wow. I gotta measure it.
Which one challenged you the most as an actor?
Challenged me the most as an actor. American Crime. American Crime challenged me the most. Me and John really got into it, but in the best way. Not like angry, but like he would just pick on me in a sense of like, do it again, do it again, do it again. I'm like, dude, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want me to do? He's like, stop moving. And if I even just did like a little, you know, but I got what he was trying to do later.
Right.
I'm like, he's cold. He didn't want to tell me, but I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I definitely, it was difficult for me because I was used to doing stuff my way. And he tried to get me out of that, which was hard.
Which one changed your career the most?
I think Burning Sands. Burning Sands, after I did Burning Sands, I went to Sundance. And that's when I met a lot of like tastemakers. I met Kenny up there. Kenny was like, yo, I'm working on the show. Grown-ish kind of came from that. I still had to audition, but just being in his, you know, his orbit and him seeing the movie and being like, yo, who's this dude? He's crazy. I remember Sterling K. Brown, who's one of my favorite actors, literally went like this to me. And I almost started bawling, right? After Burning Sands. We all know Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah.
Watching Paradise Now.
Literally, right?
Yeah.
He's amazing. And so to have someone like that do that, I was like, oh, this movie must have been something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He really was like, yo, your acting and your performance in that film was incredible. And I'll never forget that moment. I was like 2019, maybe I was 19. And that stuck with me forever. And those are the little like checkpoints, like in a video game. It's like, hey, keep going.
Yeah.
When people like that say that or do that, it was a magical moment.
Which one were you happiest to leave behind?
Well, I'm glad that's over.
Man. I don't like to talk bad about stuff I've done, but glad that it was over. Like, man, peace. Probably like some of this, you know, jankier films I might have done back in the day, like Good Sons to the Grave. So I don't want to say that. I loved everybody I worked with on that movie. It just, you know, it was a low budget film that, you know, just wasn't the best movie. And, you know, conditions were rough.
Budgets were low.
Budgets were low. But, you know, love everybody. What I will say is one of my favorite parts of filming that was Michael T. He was the director, and he's an incredible actor, but also director and writer. And so working with him was dope. But I think just that movie in general, I was like, okay, it's my time.
It was a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like life. It's like life.
I got one. If there's a sequel, which role would you revisit?
If there was a sequel, I get asked Superfly a lot. That's like probably the most asked question I get from, and that's what I love about Superfly. It got me a lot of my OGs, you know, older guys, because a lot of my music's for young women, you know, so I don't really get a lot of men coming to me. But it says Superfly, a lot of OGs like, hey man, we need that number 2, bro. hey, I was in the original. I was like, that was me.
Yeah.
We need that number 2, man. And I'm like, I would. It just has to be right. You know what I'm saying? And I'd want it to be way bigger and way better. You know what I mean?
I mean, the sequel got to be bigger and better.
Yeah.
It can't be worse.
Yeah, it can't be worse and it can't be
smaller.
the same. Yeah, it can't be the same either.
That soundtrack was fire too. Yeah.
That was good, man. You've done some iconic roles. I know it's not easy to pick because
That's hard. That's hard.
But a lot of life-changing roles along the way. Going back to music for a second, because I'm thinking about that tour again and what the influences are behind all of that stuff. When you think about going on tour, right? And I'm going to exclude Michael Jackson for a second because he is the blueprint for stage for many of us. Who are you channeling as you hit the road? Like what live performances, live performers? Who are you channeling for the show?
Live performers. I don't know, man. I don't know if there's anybody in particular, but I'm going to be, like I said, it's going to be a lot more chill of a show than my others. You know, a lot of my other songs are clubby and turning up and I'm dancing and stuff. This, I kind of just want to sit and talk to them.
A little more storytelling?
Yeah, a little more storytelling. Maybe like that. Almost like when you had story time in kindergarten, the lady gets the stool on the, that might be me. I might channel my first grade teacher.
I mean, it's about heartbreak, so it's about getting to wearing your heart on your sleeve.
Yeah, exactly. And I think my fans really do appreciate the vulnerability of it. And I think that's what's going to be. You know, I even want to know about a lot of people's story. Like, yo, anybody here going through something?
Oh, you might pass the mic around a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
A couple testimonials?
I think that's key, man. We got to have conversations.
Yeah,
that's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Mayer-esque.
Okay. Oh, we love John Mayer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be fun.
You're such a music guy. I so
he's a
respect
music
that.
head. He's a music head.
Yeah.
What's your favorite decade of music?
Oh, man. well, I want to say the decade that I put music out, but let me get here. Probably 90s. That'd probably be the 90s. But I also a lot of Prince in the 80s as well. I'm gonna go 90s though. I'd say
90s for the R&B, 90s for the pop,
all around.
90s for the
even
hip-hop.
rock. 90s rock.
Yeah, 90s rock.
90s rock. Was
90s music
donkey.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nirvana's 90s, ain't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 90s, we were watching music. You were watching MTV, BET, all that stuff.
Yeah, I was born in 96.
Yeah.
But
That really hurts my heart. He's like, I was doing my ABCs.
So I don't know if I was watching intently at that time, but I do remember as I grew up, a lot of the music that I loved was from the 90s. That was perfect.
Yeah.
What was I'm sure you guys seen it too. It was a podcast that was Nelly on, and he was like, I was putting out music at the same time as DMX,
Oh yeah,
Eminem.
Yeah.
the level of competition,
I was like,
level was
whoa.
crazy, and the record sales.
Yeah.
2000s.
You dropping like an album.
That was
it's-
early 2000s.
Yeah.
it's going a
2000s,
million
yeah.
the first week.
Yeah.
Hard copies.
Yeah.
That was Nelly, Ludacris, Jay-Z, DMX, Ja Rule.
T.I.
That's crazy. That's a crazy.
And they were all so different.
Yeah.
Yeah, also different.
They were going diamond back then.
Diamond.
Crazy.
I mean, it's still going diamond. It's just not getting paid.
Yeah, it's not getting paid.
It's going
It's a
diamond.
different kind of diamond.
It's a different kind of diamond.
I do wish that people had to go to the store to get your music.
Right.
I always say that stuff tastes better when you pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
Or it sucks if you pay for it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if I go to the restaurant and I spend my money and that's just good, I'm like, oh, that's just really good. I'm really appreciating every bite because I put the money into it and blah, blah, blah. But even if I spend money and it's bad, I'm like, send the shit back, right? And you just get them. But because music and everything is so free now, there's no like value to me.
There's no strong feeling about it.
Yeah, right? But people used to have to get in their car and drive to the store and wait in line and then grab it and then go home. And now you really, because all the stuff you just went through, you know what I'm saying, to get it.
Yeah.
Now you're really listening like, you know? I wish people would listen to, because that's how much effort I put into the stuff I make.
Yeah.
You know, there's stuff in the back that I'm like, if you didn't know it was there, I'd tell you, I'm actually saying these words. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to decorate it in that way.
The thing I love about it with your cover videos and even watching you here, like, I just see the feeling that you're into.
Yeah, you're
It's not
into it.
BS. It's not just, I'm trying to be cool. Like, that's some real shit.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
There's a difference between when you're dialing it in and when you really mean it.
Yeah,
You can
man.
tell you really mean it and love music.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I love that shit.
The Healing Out Loud tour kicks off this month. Trevor Jackson, we coming to the show. We're going to look at the schedule. We gonna have fun.
Please. We're gonna. So LA is not on the date, but we're gonna do a standalone date for LA. Yeah. So we'll make sure that we announce that or whatever. We're going Detroit, Chicago, New York, Carolina, Alabama. Are we doing New
Atlanta?
Orleans? Atlanta. Definitely Atlanta.
Yeah,
That's my.
pull up.
We're
They
gonna pull up in
go
Atlanta.
nuts.
We'll pull up in Atlanta.
Atlanta, I just want to shout out Atlanta. One of my favorite cities to perform at. Y'all go crazy. Also Chicago, also North Carolina. But I love you all. I love you.
We might, if you let us, we might pull up and get some backstage footage of it. And
Hey, we're going to have the slides back there. It's gonna be great.
It's all going, and the blue M&Ms. It's all going to be there.
Candles, yeah.
Make sure you follow us on all platforms at We Sound Crazy and WeSoundCrazy.com.
All right, so you're a music guy,
Yes.
right? So this is your big moment, right?
Love music, man.
You're producing this podcast for the ending right now.
Okay.
You've gone over the conversation. You've thought about what we just talked about, and we got to pick a song to close out this deep conversation with Trevor Jackson. What song?
One love.
By Bob Marley?
Yeah.
One night,
Let's get together and feel all right.
done deal.
Yeah,
Done
man.
deal.
Done deal. That's great.
The Healing Out Loud tour tickets on sale right now. Go grab them because he ain't in the box.
Listen, the mic is on.
Respectfully.
The mic is on.
Okay, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. We out here. Y'all. We Sound Crazy. Thank you, Trevor Jackson. We Sound Crazy, y'all. For next week.
Thank you, guys.
One love.
That was great, bro. That was
amazing.
awesome.
We sound crazy.